Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Structural. In this video, I will explain you some of the important IS codal provisions that we will use for designing the columns. The first clause is for the minimum cover. So in the case of the columns, if the size of the column is less than 200 mm, then we will use the minimum cover as 25 mm, and if it is more than 200 mm, then we will take the clear cover as 40 mm. Next clause is for the minimum area of steel. So the minimum area of steel is taken as 0.8% of the gross cross-sectional area, and the maximum area of the steel is 6%. Practically, we will take the maximum area of steel as 4% in order to avoid the practical difficulties. Because if we use the more amount of steel, then we will increase the congestion of the reinforcement and it will create difficulty in compaction of concrete. The next clause is for the minimum dia of bar. So we'll use the minimum dia as 12 mm in order to avoid the buckling of the column. And the minimum number of bars. So in the case of rectangular column, we will take 4 bars. In the case of circular column, minimum bars is 6. And in the case of the polygonal column, we will use 1 bar at each corner. The next and the most important clause is for the minimum eccentricity. So the minimum eccentricity is taken as maximum of the following. So it is equal to the unsupported length of the column by 500 plus least lateral dimension by 30 and subjected to a minimum eccentricity of 20 mm. So if my eccentricity comes out to be, let's say, 15 mm, then I will take minimum eccentricity as 20 mm. And generally, the columns in the practical case are not perfectly axial. So in that case, as per IS 456, we will design those columns for minimum eccentricity. Now, how do I know that a column is an axially loaded column or an eccentric column? So as per IS 456, a column is an axially loaded column if my minimum eccentricity is less than or equal to 0.05 times of d. So for example, if this is my column, then I can say that the column is an axially loaded column if my load falls within this region, that is in this gray region. So this region is called as the core or kernel of the section. So I can say that my minimum eccentricity is less than or equal to 0.05 d. So what that means is that if I put the minimum eccentricity value as L by 500 plus D by 30 is less than or equal to 0.05 D, and if I rearrange the terms, I will get D more than or equal to 0.12 L, and if I put the minimum eccentricity as 20 mm, I will get D as more than or equal to 400 mm. So as per IS 456, I can say that my column is an axially loaded column if my value of D is more than or equal to 0.12 L, or if my value of D is more than 400 mm. The next clause is for the lateral ties. So the diameter of the lateral tie is taken as maximum of the following, that is maximum of the diameter of largest longitudinal bar divided by 4 and 6 mm, and the pitch of the lateral ties, which is nothing but the spacing of the lateral ties, it is taken as smaller of least lateral dimension 16 times diameter of smallest longitudinal bar and 300 mm. And the IS code also gives specifications regarding the extra tie. So I need to provide the extra tie if my spacing between the longitudinal bars is more than 75 mm. And in order to calculate the spacing, I will use the formula as d minus 2 times of clear cover divided by number of bars minus 1. So if my this spacing of these two bars comes out to be more than 75 mm, then I need to provide the extra tie. Now which type of tie should I provide? So as per the code, I should provide closed tie if my spacing between two edge bars is more than 48 times the diameter of lateral ties. So let me show you this clause in the IS 456 code. So this clause is given on page number 49 of IS 456 2000. So in the transverse reinforcement, point number B, so for the arrangement of the transverse reinforcement, if the longitudinal bars are not spaced more than 75 mm on either side, then transverse reinforcement need only to go around the corner and alternate bars for the purpose of providing effective lateral support. So if my spacing between the bars is less than 75 mm, then I will not provide any extra tie. So I will provide this kind of arrangement as shown in the figure 8. However, if my spacing comes out to be more than 75 mm, then I need to provide an extra tie. So that may be provided in the shape of diamond. And if I see the second point, if the longitudinal bars spaced at a distance of not exceeding 48 times the diameter of the tie are effectively tied in two directions, additional longitudinal bars in between these bars need to be tied in one direction by open ties. So if my distance between the two edge bars does not exceed 48 times the diameter of the ties, then I need to provide open tie, and if it exceeds the 48 times the diameter of the longitudinal ties, then I will provide a closed tie. So in the figure 9, as you can see, this is a case of the open ties. So I will provide the open ties if my dia of the extreme bars comes out to be less than or equal to 48 times of the diameter of longitudinal ties. And if it comes out to be more than that, then I will provide a closed tie. So that's all for all the IS codal provisions that we will use regarding the design of the columns. In the next video, I will explain you how to design an axially loaded column. Subscribe to my channel Simply Structural and press the bell icon for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.